So this is going to be a follow-up video to the previous video I made, that little short film. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll link it above here. Go watch that first before this video. The amount of messages and comments I got from that video with how many people it resonated with really caught me off guard, and honestly I wasn't expecting that type of reaction. It was really amazing, and I honestly found it like super comforting knowing other people feel this way and other people go through this sort of mindset working in this crazy industry and doing this crazy job. So firstly, this video is sponsored by Storyblocks, and these types of videos wouldn't be possible without a sponsorship behind me, so thank you to them, and we'll talk about them a bit later. But I just wanted to sort of do an off-the-cuff video, and talking about the short film, there was a Q&A on my Instagram, which I'm going to be discussing as well. So I was super close to not posting that video, and I'm super happy I did, because I didn't know so many of us feel that way as well. And the quote that says the most personal is the most universal really shined with this video, because I was like super vulnerable. I was super anxious the night before, and I was like, I'm not posting this video. I'm just like so happy that this many people also feel this way, and I'm not like going crazy in my head, because this industry is insane. Like, if you're not busy, you start to think you're not good enough. You see a director that you work with somebody else, and you get jealous. And I think it's just really a matter of taking your career into your own hands, and that's why I have this YouTube channel, because like just got so tired of waiting on people, and you really have to just go and create things. That's why you got into this industry in the first place, I'm sure. You know, you picked up a camera for whatever reason, like tap into that. And it was kind of amazing to see even people that are in the traditional film industry, like my colleagues, were messaging me saying like, this resonated so deeply with me. And also people that work on more like social media type stuff were messaging me as well, and it just really shows that like these two worlds are just so coherent, and it just felt a bit reassuring to hear that other people struggle with this as well. I feel like I go through these lulls once or twice a year, and I make videos about them on the channel. I did one last year, I'll link it above here. But I wanted to, instead of just sitting down talking to camera, I wanted to sort of express that through the medium by showing like things that have happened to me and conversations I've had, and like sort of flex that muscle, sort of treat it as this like therapy to myself. We all have these negative thoughts and emotions that can sometimes like get the most of us, and I really think instead of sitting there and like being bummed and depressed about it, like go out and use that as fuel for your project. That's literally what I did for this video. I wrote that down into a script and thought of shot ideas, and I went out and created that. That is therapeutic, because after I posted this video and I finished it, it felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. So I did a small Q&A on my Instagram, and I'm just gonna answer a few questions, but before I do, I just want to thank our sponsor, Storyblocks. If you wanted to create a short film similarly to mine and don't want to have to shoot tons of footage like I had to do, then Storyblocks is the perfect place for getting started, since they're constantly updating their library with footage, templates, music, images, and more. They have unlimited downloads for your subscription cost rather than paying for individual clips, which just makes things a whole lot easier. To get started with unlimited stock media downloads at one set price, head to storyblocks.com/MattAtia or click the link in the description. So the first question is, how many people assist me on set? And for this short film specifically, it was just me, myself, and I acted, I shot, I wrote, I edited, I did everything for this video. And I really think this is the best exercise you can do as a filmmaker, because you'll learn so much about yourself, you'll learn so much about the craft. There were so many times where I had to redo something because it wasn't done properly, and that just taught me so much that I can apply to like bigger sets, hopefully. But it really depends on like the scope of the job and what it is we're shooting and what the job entails. It can go up to 2 people all the way up to like 15 or 20, I guess. It really just depends. So the second question is, how does one overcome the fear of being judged? And I'm probably the worst person to answer this question, because I literally just made a short film about it. I haven't overcome it, and I don't think anyone ever does. I think it's a matter of managing it, and I think it's a matter of creating even when you do have that voice in your head. I think even if you're an A-list celebrity and you're making the best music or films or whatever it is, you're at the top of the top, you're still dealing with that stuff, and it's just a matter of pushing through, learning how to create even when you have that voice in your head. Someone asked to share my oldest work so we see your developing path. If you go to the oldest videos on this channel, you could see my 2017 demo reel. You can also see a documentary that I made in film school, and I'd be interested to hear if you could see any resemblance in my work today to what I was posting then, so let me know if you do watch them. Another question was, does Zoe actually talk to you? Somebody else asked, tips for LADP wanting to relocate to Toronto, is it even remotely possible? Yes, I think anything is possible, of course. I think like any market, it's all about meeting the right person and your career can take off from there. I'm sure even in LA, things are very oversaturated. It's the same thing in Toronto. It's really hard to make your mark, but you know, meeting the right person is all it takes. And I'm still trying to learn that myself. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like this video and want to see more videos like this, then check out this one I have queued up. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next.